Flower man, when are you gonna grow? When you gonna lay down?
Good morning, Arizona. What'd you think I wasn't gonna make it?
You know what? I
Come
saw
on,
you
Dave.
walking across the parking lot. Javier's got a little bit of a jog. You can take a look over there, about a quarter of a mile, so it's a little bit. I am a little
Look
bit
at
wet.
that, man.
You know,
You're looking
oh,
good.
Oh, you like my jacket, huh?
Yeah,
You know, this
yeah.
is my flight jacket, so I decided it was a little chilly this morning, cloud covered, so had to get out here and get an extra jacket on. This
All right.
morning,
Well,
so.
you're looking good. You're looking good. What are we talking about?
Well,
this morning?
you know, along with that cloud cover and these cool weathers that we're getting right now, well, you got to start thinking about pruning. And I just want to remind everybody, there's 3 things you need to be doing right now. One is pruning all your deciduous type of fruit trees. Apple, peaches. Well, if you got some pears out there, work out real well. All your different types of stone fruits need to be pruned. You're looking at an apple tree right there. That's about what they should look like, Javier. Kind of a, well, vase-shaped type formation. You can see how open that center is, and that's called an open center pruning concept, and it really works out well. When you're pruning, you want to make sure that you're pruning to outward-facing bud eyes, because we want that tree to grow outward as we do our roses and some of our other stuff. So there is a little bud eye right there.
Okay.
So what we want is that guy facing towards the outside of the tree itself. I cover this quite a bit, but I need to cover it again because at a 45-degree angle, there's no moisture that's going to form right at the top of the pruning cut, and it's going to allow this tree to grow out instead of in and give it a lot more air circulation, which is very important out here in the desert Southwest.
What is the common mistake people make when they are pruning?
What they don't do is they don't prune usually enough on a lot of these trees. They don't prune it down enough so we can protect it from the different types of birds we got out here that like to eat our stuff, and they don't really prune enough so we produce as much fruit as possible. The other thing, they don't go out there and thin that fruit, and it's very important when we start seeing it starting to form this fruit that most of the fruit is actually spaced at about a fist apart. But we'll be doing that later on, so we'll talk a little bit about that.
First things first. We got
First
baby
things
steps.
first.
Baby
We gotta
steps,
take
right?
baby steps. The other thing, start thinking about putting in those bare root fruit trees, and this is real important, folks. This is basically the last week you're going to be able to put them in. Make sure anything you purchase takes 250, maybe 300 chill hours or less down here in the southern deserts. Now, up there in the higher elevations, well, you can go up to 500 to 800 chill hours on your trees. Those chill hours are real important because what chill hour does for you, it basically helps produce fruit. Go ahead. Yes, we got a question in the classroom. Go ahead.
What is a chill hour?
Chill hour is basically cumulative hours between about 35 and 45 degrees. Now, there's a lot of debate on the subject. I'm not going to debate it with anybody, but that's basically what it is. So we normally accumulate about 300 chill hours or less. They have been decreasing. People will say, well, it used to be 400 or it used to be 500. It is about 300 or less lately in the last 10 years or so. So it's real important that you get those low chill hour type of fruit trees. Otherwise, well, you're not going to produce a whole lot of fruit out there down here in the southern deserts, of course.
Thank you,
And then
Professor.
another thing is you got to start thinking about your different fertilizers. It's very important to get out there and start fertilizing all your different types of blood meal, bone meal if you got a lot of root crops need to go in, blood meal if you got a lot of leaf crops going in, and of course your queen palms need a little bit of food, some kind of queen palm. The Dr. Bob's works out fantastic. About 3 to 4 times a year is the ideal situation. And then of course, your Texas green sands need to go in. Now, Texas green sands are an iron source, and it's very important to start thinking about putting that in, especially, well, if you got those real yellow leaves. We call them chlorosis or chlorotic type leaves, but that's real important to start thinking about all that. And then, of course, you got to start thinking about planting your different types of citrus trees. So right now, you can go out there and really sample a lot of different types of trees. And there's a lot of different types of trees out there. I like to plant the smaller varieties. That's the ideal situation. Of course, you can go out there and taste test them. Go to Greenfield Citrus. They've got a lot of different types of fruit trees down there right now that you can go and taste those fruit and decide what you like best before you start putting it in.
And right now, great citrus.
Oh my gosh,
All
the
throughout the
citrus
valley
is
right now.
fantastic. Now, I haven't got any time cues. We got another 30 seconds or so here? Or?
I think we're just about wrapped up.
Oh, okay. Well, let's just do one more thing. This is another thing I'm doing out in the garden right now, and this is what we call stimulating microbial activity in the soil. What we're doing is we're making a little bit of compost tea with our little aerator, you know, a minnow bucket with a little bit of
Little
aeration in
compost
there,
tea,
and
huh?
that's compost tea. We're going to add a little bit of molasses to that, a little bit of vinegar of that, and I'll tell you what, I spray it around in my garden, especially with these warming type temperatures. Goes a long ways towards really preventing a lot of pathogenic type of activity. So there's a good way to fertilize, prevent disease, and of course, all basically free stuff you can just use from right around your yard.
I love it. Always great information, but we're going to pick your brain
You
a
betcha.
little later on in the show, so get your questions ready. Of course, call in to the whole Dave the Garden Guy call-in segment. You know, Tess, I was trying to ask Dave if any of this information will work on my chia pet. He wouldn't give me an answer.
You know, I'm wondering if it'll work on my head. I've always tried a little compost tea up there,
You've got
liquid
good
seaweed.
hair, Dave. What are you talking about?
You know what? I looked at a picture of myself a while back, and I'm going, oh my gosh, I need to start thinking about a transplant.
Oh,
And
no.
you know, I was thinking Nicole would bring someone in, and we just do it on
Do
air,
a
and maybe
test
just
on your
kind of
head?
give it, just kind of do it for free, and you can kind of just kind of report about it.
With the
Same time.
good-looking
We'll work
jacket,
on
you
it.
don't even notice.
Oh,
the
well,
hair,
thank
so,
you.
know.
Now that you're pointing it out, I do see a little
no,
bit of...
I shouldn't. Okay, forget I even brought it up.
Thanks, guys. And Dave, I know we'll take calls in just a little bit for everyone waiting to ask you a question. We'll see you in a bit, guys.
Nice job, brother.